So the other day, Pineapple and I came out with a video talking about the new character creator coming into Red Dead Online that will allow every single player, both on Xbox One and PlayStation 4, to reset their character and change their current character's appearance in Red Dead Online without having to completely delete their character and start over from scratch with no money, no gold, no XP, level 1, the whole 9 yards. We will just be able to recreate our character on the go, and this was confirmed in the customization tab on Rockstar's website themselves. This was not part of any third-party leak. No data miner got hold of this before anyone else. This came from Rockstar themselves, and then they subsequently removed it after Silent Core came out with his video. Pineapple and I started talking about it in our video, and it went viral on Reddit. And so now we are going to be following up with a second video talking about why exactly that piece of text was removed, what that means for us as players of Red Dead Online, and what Rockstar's future plans are in terms of updating this and bringing an update for the character creator into Red Dead Online. So thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you guys enjoy. Drop a like if you guys did enjoy. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Pineapple will be linked down in the description as well, and also at the end of the video, so you guys can subscribe directly. And we hope you guys enjoy the video.
All right, and we are actually going to be max betting every hand of this poker game. We're actually playing with some of Hazard's subscribers, so that hopefully they're gonna take my money. I know Hazard's gonna take my money, but we're gonna try to keep this on track here and talk about the character customization thing. I can't believe it got removed like that. I know Hazard has a little more experience with Rockstar than I do, but still, it's kind of surprising to me to see Rockstar have accidentally had something like that come out.
Yeah, it is really interesting. I mean, for them to kind of let something like that slip through the cracks. Here we go. I didn't even buy in this hand, so I'm out. But yeah, it's interesting to see something kind of slip through the cracks like that, whether or not it was an intentional thing of them wanting to announce it at some point and it slipped through the cracks and it was too early, so they removed it, or it was kind of a purposeful hint, or what I think is really just that it was there, they didn't even realize it, and it started getting a lot of attention from the community, and like fast, because it was pretty much that day that it got removed as well, as soon as we came out with our videos.
Yeah.
And then they quickly kind of covered up their tracks. But I think what we know just from past experience with other game developers and Rockstar themselves is that whether or not something is leaked intentionally or leaked from the community, typically see devs strike down channels or take down channels that feature something that shouldn't be announced, or something that the devs don't want announced. Like, for example, in Call of Duty, when I would do a lot of those videos, data miners and leakers would go into the PC files and find placeholder images for upcoming DLC weapons and, you know, new DLC coming into Call of Duty. And what we would see is people would make videos on their channel about it and always link people to the stuff on Twitter, because if they posted stuff on YouTube, their channels could get striked down. And not that this is a direct comparison with Rockstar's case in this piece of text, but what you'll see in the Call of Duty realm and Battlefield and other game devs is that when they don't want something in the game, they will take action against YouTube channels or Instagram accounts or Twitter accounts or something, wherever the images are circulating, and that pretty much confirms that that leak is real. Whereas if the leak were to stay up for months at a time, dev wouldn't try and cover it up at all, then you can almost assume it's fake. And so with this case, this got traction really fast, and then Rockstar kind of covered up their tracks like we were talking about. So it is really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what's crazy about it, is that like it is, I mean, like you said, it's kind of common for game developers to like go and get things taken down or pull them down, even if they're not, you know, specifically copyright striking or somebody's channel. They'll go to, you know, whatever publisher or, you know, whatever small time mom and pop shop might have released a leak or leaked a release date, excuse me, and they'll go to them and be like, hey, yeah, you got to stop that. Or even to the extent we've seen Rockstar go to former employees and have them pull things off of their LinkedIn profiles that weren't supposed to be released yet, like, for example, Red Dead Redemption 2's PC port. So I mean, it is it kind of follows suit with the way that they handle information, at least for the most part. But I'm interested to see what happens, because I feel like it was probably an influx of support requests, right? Like there must have been something where, like, because of, you know, even if it wasn't my video or your video specifically, a lot of the community had realized this was happening. And so they were emailing Rockstar like, hey, how do I get my free character customization? Because this is terrible. My guy looks terrible. And then Rockstar was like, where do you see that? And then quickly took that right out.
True.
So,
yeah, I'm sure they had a ton of people emailing them and getting their attention fast, because you're right. I'm sure there were people kind of like, hey, like, how do I take advantage of this? Because my character's trash, kind of like mine right now.
Exactly. Exactly. Which one are you? I can't even tell.
I'm the guy with the poncho on.
The poncho. Oh, yeah. I don't know why I'm
I changed outfits on stream yesterday. I was wearing the raccoon hat all day. Is that the two-step verification one you have?
No, I gotta get that one. That one would match my outfit better, actually, now that you mention it. I just have neglected to do it. I think the fact that we probably, you know, us and Reddit and everybody combined sent a lot of support requests over to Rockstar, it's pretty clear that they didn't mean to have this out yet, but I don't know if that means it's coming out soon or if this, you know, how accidental was this? You know what I mean? Was this like maybe 2-3 weeks accidental? Because we were even speculating the other day that maybe it was gonna be out on Tuesday, and then now it's, you know, it clearly wasn't. So I just wonder, like, how far off do you think we are of it?
Since they didn't really hint at anything as some type of date for it to be released, but all we do know is that this has been on their website since May 14th, which was the first day that the spring DLC update released on Xbox One and PS4. And so that would lead me to believe personally that it would be within this drip feed cycle. So we kind of thought maybe at the earliest we would get it yesterday, which was the May 28th update, but perhaps we'll get it June 4th or June 11th. But I think it would kind of be a long shot to think it would be pushed all the way back until the Summer Rolls DLC is brought into the game with the Bounty Hunter.
Yeah, I would hope it's not that far back, but
although at the same time that could also, I mean, like you mentioned in the other video, is kind of like it would make sense if it came then as well, because you can update your character to fit more of the role that you are about to embark on and choose to progress on.
Yeah.
So,
and I mean, if nothing else, even though we don't have the feature, and I know this is like kind of like a, you know, looking for the bright side of things, I guess, but even though we don't have the feature, it is cool to see like that it was even on their website, like that the first one was going to be free, and that it was going to be added, because I mean, obviously if we played GTA, we know that it's a thing, but there's a lot of people who didn't play Grand Theft Auto 5 that are playing Red Dead Online that maybe didn't know that was a feature in GTA, and we're just kind of like, you know, had no idea this was coming. So I think it's cool that this happened, but I think it is kind of interesting that Rockstar decided to cover it up the way that they did, with like no announcement. They didn't even tease it, like, oh, it's coming in a few weeks, sorry, that wasn't supposed to be out. I mean, not that they would say that anyway, but yeah, it's just you know, you think about, I know nobody likes to hear about Epic, but Epic would have had 100 tweets out by now.
yeah, Epic would have had 100 tweets out by now. And also, if that was something that they were to do, you know, because this really gained traction and went viral the day before an update, and like yesterday's update would have been when they brought it as well, and then everyone would be so surprised and so happy. So perhaps Rockstar isn't ready and they're like testing something out with it.
Very possible.
Knowing how buggy this game has been with stranger missions and pretty much just all around gameplay wise and user interface wise, I could totally see them having problems with it and mess up something with your profile or your account. And so I'm sure they are waiting until they know it's absolutely stable and perfect with no issues.
Yeah, I'm sure they're trying to do everything they can to avoid 100,000 emails that are like, I reset my character and now I have no ability cards, or whatever the problems are. So it's good that they're looking to iron out the kinks. I'm really I'm kind of shocked, honestly. Like I know it's more common for game developers to do this than maybe I had previously like had in mind, I guess, because I just haven't seen Rockstar do it, and since I've been covering them for the past, you know, little bit. And so it's like, yo, whoa, they just kind of stealth pulled that off their website, and they're totally ignoring all support requests about it and everything, and they're just directing people to this post that they made, which they actually updated recently on I think they updated on the 24th, and it is the 29th as we record this. So and this post basically says the options for character creation are at the beginning of the game, and then after that you can change your dentistry and hair color, and then outside of that you can delete your character and try again, but it warns that when you delete your character you're not going to have the stats that you had before, which is, I mean, obviously the opposite of what everybody wants. And that was updated a few days ago, which in theory, right, is a few days after the website got updated.
It's an interesting timeline here, because that was updated May 24th, and like you said, the customization website had that text for 2 weeks now, or just over 2 weeks. This changing character appearance in Red Dead Online Rockstar support page post was updated 5 days ago, and that was 3 days before this changing character appearance, not resetting your progress thing went viral with that image on the website. So those two weren't even in line from the beginning, which is strange. It's very strange, because like you said, the changing character appearance in Red Dead Online Rockstar support post reflects what's currently in the game right now, which is you can change your dentistry, your hairstyles, facial hair, but you can't necessarily change your actual facial features. The only way to do that is to delete your character, which would delete your existing character and all the progression you've gotten so far. And so maybe when this update, if and when it does go live, they will update this support page as well to say the same thing as the website, which is, you know, if you'd like to revisit the character creation process and you've already made a character, you can make a character once for free, but you will be charged for each subsequent character reset. And so right now the support page and the website are both saying the same thing, whereas before,
which makes sense, right? They updated them to be in line with each other. It's just they didn't update them the way that we wanted them to.
Exactly.
Which was to change the support page to say that you have a free one now. I don't know.
I just think that's it's because the changes aren't live in the game yet.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
But I think at the end of the day as well, this wasn't some, I mean, because that was a full paragraph of text there. This wasn't just like some like typo. This was an intentional thing that they meant to say.
You know, I almost wonder, I don't want to say it's clear actually, but I almost wonder if maybe they've got set blocks of text that are already written describing all of the game features that are coming, and they're just kind of copying and pasting from a Word document depending on what, you know, week things are in. As far as like, I know we think because the newswires come out at random times, they're like typing them up right there, like all worried. But I wonder if really there's, you know, some other kind of reason behind it, like they're waiting for a window to update the server or, you know, whatever it is. But yeah, I'm like, it seems odd to me that this was, because this is very clearly Rockstar lingo, right? This isn't some intern who typed that up on the customization site. So it's obviously been written, and then they were like, oh wait, no, not this one.
Yeah.
Wrong paragraph.
For sure, because like with something like the Newswire, I would assume, I mean, Rockstar works long into the future and way ahead of time, right? Like they have plans for DLC and future games and all that stuff way before they even get working on them, right? And that's just the typical stage of pre-production in any industry. But with something like this, with a website where everyone can see versus a newswire, the newswire is probably worked on as one of the last few things before that week's update comes out. You know, it's probably done the week before and they're working a week or two ahead. Yep. But with something like the website, like you said, all the stuff that they have planned to update the website with and write out, that's all compiled somewhere, and this was probably just some clerical mistake of who's ever in charge of actually updating the site. They picked the wrong block of text to add in. Maybe they were taking a sip of coffee and they highlighted the wrong set of words, or just added too much. And then
what I wouldn't give to have access to that master block of text right now.
Yeah, right. That's like the gold mine right there.
Yeah, for real. I mean, at the end of the day, though, I think for everybody watching this, I think the main takeaway here is like something's coming. And I think, you know, Hazard and I make this video because we did the initial video where we talked about, you know, how excited we were about it and how we were, you know, so impressed with Rockstar for making the first one free, et cetera, et cetera. And all those feelings are still the same. It's just, you know, it's not here yet. And I think it is clear that it's still coming because, like I said, it's in Rockstar lingo. I don't know. What are your thoughts on it, Haz?
I think it's coming to the game, and I don't want to give anyone the impression that like either from the last video or this one that like it's coming within the next update, but it's definitely on its way in some fashion just because of the fact that it's been now announced before it seems like Rockstar was ready to announce it.
It's literally been announced by Rockstar.
Yeah, this isn't a leak, and I actually got a couple of those comments in the last video that this isn't a leak from someone who data mined a file and found something that no one else has. Like this came from Rockstar's mouth on their own in-house website. Yeah. And then they subsequently removed it after, once people started acknowledging it, and I'm sure once they got emails and support ticket requests and all that stuff. So I would say in terms of any type of quote-unquote leak, this is the most real we're gonna get in terms of confirmation of any leak coming into the game. And whether or not this is coming in the spring DLC update drip feed on June 4th or June 11th, or with the release of the summer bounty hunter collector trader roles DLC, I would say pretty much for a sure fact we will see this somehow in the game in Red Dead Online at some point.
Yeah, and I mean, even if like I said earlier, like I think GTA players kind of knew that was coming, but I think it's excellent news for everybody who like wasn't a GTA player, because I know there's a huge portion of the player base that like had no affiliation with Grand Theft Auto, and like so it is cool that it's definitely coming. And I think you're right. I think it's 100% going to be in the game before that big summer DLC. However, you know, at this point we're kind of just waiting for Rockstar to say something, but they did just say something. They just pulled it down. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's definitely interesting, man. I think it's cool to see that Rockstar has a lot in the pipeline. I think that's one of the most interesting things about this for me, is it's more of a pipeline issue than anything, right? Like they've just got so much going on, stuff slips through the cracks, and stuff doesn't slip through the cracks if you've only got one or two things going on, you know what I mean? Because you're really focused on that. I think it's cool that there's evidence besides, you know, the updates that have been good the last 2 or 3. I guess the more just last 2, but I think it's just interesting that, you know, that there's this clerical error, as you you said earlier. I like that word choice. But yeah, that it's just it was literally a mistake that somebody made copying and pasting something from a bigger section of text that probably has a lot more interesting stuff that we're all waiting for in Red Dead Online. Oh, I gotta buy in now. No.
I actually totally forgot if I bet last hand or not. It's distracted trying to go along with this topic.
Yeah, you're trying to play the game and
let us know if you guys like this style of video just in the future and stuff like that. We figure we'd try something new, just kind of playing poker and chill. I mean, even though I'm not actively playing right now, just betting max whenever I see it come around to me. But just kind of like this chill session. Yeah, no, like you said, it's a pipeline thing. It's like for us and for the community, this is a huge thing, being able to recreate our character without having to completely level our account. But for Rockstar, this slipped through the cracks because this is not that it's last on their list to implement, but it's so low on the totem pole in terms of secrecy for content. Like, you know, there's huge DLCs that are coming that obviously, you know that if they're going to update their website with anything, they have someone combing through to make sure that's not hinted at or talked about at all. Whereas like this, they were like, oh, it's the customization page, it's probably fine, and they, you know, someone just kind of overlooked it.
They copy and pasted the final customization page all over, and then they were like, oh wait, no, it's not.
Like, if no one talked about this, I really wonder if Rockstar would have changed the website at all. So
I doubt it. Yeah, even if it just because I saw it initially on Reddit, and like I think if Silent Core, you and me hadn't talked about it, it probably would not have been removed the way that it was, at least not as quickly.
Yeah, because that went fast. I mean, that night I'm pretty sure it was gone, and we made that video later in the afternoon. So
yeah, it was very quick from when because I mean Silent Core had his video up I think 4 or 5 hours before mine was up, or ours was up, excuse me, and then we literally, I think it wasn't 8 hours before it was gone. So
goes by quick. Rockstar's always keeping tabs, whether it's
Rockstar's paying attention, man. They're listening.
They're listening. It's just the classic Rockstar waiting game, you know.
100%.
But yeah, guys, so I think we're gonna wrap it up here. We do want to thank you guys so much for watching. We definitely want to do these things more, so let us know what you guys think down in the comments, whether you guys like gameplay in the background or us kind of doing some activity like playing poker. We figure we try it out and see how it is, and you know, kind of see what you guys like, because we want to make the best stuff possible for you all. But I think this is something to get super excited about. I mean, I want to change my character's look and appearance, and like Pineapple said, for people who didn't play GTA or didn't know that you could do that same thing in GTA, this is good news for people, and I think now we can really make our characters ourselves when we want. And if we want to change our character, we don't have to worry about wasting all the time of putting, you know, progress into the game and losing that every time we change our character. Now we could just do it kind of on the fly. It'll come with a little bit of a cost, but we could do it much more freely than we used to be able to so far in the game. So that's really awesome. Definitely want to thank you guys so much for watching. Pineapple, you can take it away.
Yeah, man, thanks. I pretty much echo just everything Hazard said, but yeah, I think it's really good for the game. I'm really excited for it, and I honestly, I don't know if I mentioned this in the last video or not, but I think I'm gonna try to make my I said Pineapple's character look like Tilly. So it'll be quite the change from this rugged mountain man to Tilly, but I'm more than excited for it because Red Dead Online is changing, and I kind of want to change you know, my beta character with Red Dead Online to kind of suit the whole new open Western world with Sadie Adler and everybody. You know, we don't know where Tilly's at, so yeah, I don't know. I'm just really excited about the whole prospect of the game. So dude, thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for playing poker. Thanks to all your subscribers for listening to us gab for so long. Thanks to mine as well.
Yeah, of course.
If you guys want to check out Hazard does tons of PvP videos, and you know, pretty much he covers everything that we cover on Red Dead Online, just in a better way because he's got better gameplay in the background. So if you guys are interested, go check out Hazard. He's got a ton of great gameplays, like I said, and he's a really smart guy. So you guys should go check him out.
And likewise, yeah, thanks for your audience for listening, hanging out with us. And for those who are watching on my video, check out Pineapple. He will be linked down in the description and also an annotation on this video as well for you guys to just go subscribe directly. Topical gameplays, awesome commentaries, and we hope you guys enjoyed. And I think I just busted out of the game right here, so this would be a wonderful place to end.
That's convenient. Yeah,
look at that.
It's a good ending.
This is.
I still have $4 in here.
Oh, GG's.
GG. No, I bought in again. Don't. It's not.
Okay. And with that being said, guys, adios, amigos.
Peace.